Hello, I'm doing this video sitting in a bus with the engine running because it's bloody cold and there's nobody around. I'm driving. Well, I'm supposed, I'm not driving obviously but I am the driver. And I just wanted to share something that somebody said the other day, which I thought was quite interesting. Many years ago, a video game called Grand Theft Auto, I think it was 3, came out, and it was one of the first what they call a sandbox game, where, for those of you who don't know, that's a game where you don't just run down a corridor shooting things or have enemies kind of feeding to you on a conveyor belt or just have to go through a level in a particular linear way. It was a complete, there are missions to do and the people will ask you to do stuff, mostly involving guns, drugs and violence, but you can just drive around listening to the radio and steal a car and go, but you can go and buy clothes, you can go into shops and buy stuff, and you have to steal things and trade drugs to get the money. But anyway, it's not all incredibly morally reprehensible. And this guy was saying that when he first got the game, he'd been very linear and he'd gone through all the missions and he'd done exactly what it was people asked him to do. They said, all right, okay, these are the missions and you build up levels and it opens up bits of the game. But he didn't do any of the side missions. He just did exactly what the game asked him to do. And at the end of GTA, you get like a game completion screen. And it shows you how many times you were killed and how much money you stole and all kinds of good stuff like that. But it said at the top of the screen, it said game completion percentage 11%. So he just done what was required of him and he got 11% complete. And his whole thing in the stand-up thing, I can't remember his name, was, what if life's like that? And he was saying it for comedic purposes, but I actually thought, wow, yeah, why don't you treat life like that? Why don't you look at the side missions? Why don't you look at the, it's fairly limited at the moment, the kind of side missions you could do. But you could read a book you've never read before, or you could cook something you've never cooked before. Or there's a whole bunch of things you can do. What I'm saying is basically, don't get to the end of your life and see that completion screen and go, wow, 15%, eh? Could have done loads more. Could have had so much more fun. Could have been hurt more, loved more, spent more, bought that thing, do the thing, marry the person, fucking quit the job, do the things. Because one day you'll be sitting there going, it's too late now, can't do that no more. And then you get that completion screen. So go for the 100%, do the side missions, talk to strange cats sitting under streetlights because they may have a gift for you. That is my final word on the subject, but you don't have to take any notice of me. I'm just some ranty old man who looks like God on the internet.